So you're thinking about buying a brand new Hot Toys figure, and you are left with this almost impossible decision: deluxe or standard? Well, the decision is actually not that hard, and I'm going to explain to you the 5 best reasons that for me and you, it should always be deluxe or bust. Hang tight, because you're going to want to hear this. Yeah, Hot Toys releases are cool in themselves, but they can be taken to an entirely new level when you add in the deluxe offerings that some figures have, and we're going to be looking at the 5 best reasons to always go deluxe when you're making a Hot Toys purchase, if it is available. But before we officially get into that, I do want to welcome anyone that may be new to the channel, and if this is your first time and you've not yet subscribed, I hope that you do. And for everyone watching, go ahead and give me that presumptive like right now, because I do want to remind you about a giveaway. That's right. Me and my good buddy Will Foxification have 6 Joker detonators from InArt that we're going to be giving away to anyone that is subbed to both of our channels for free. Once he hits 9,000 and I hit 8,000, we will do the giveaway live on his stream, and these things are pretty sick. So if you want one, make sure that you are subscribed. Add a little flair to your Joker figure and help us get to that magical number. Okay, now, the idea of deluxe versus standard. Sometimes when Hot Toys does end up releasing a figure, they give collectors the option to get the deluxe offerings. And sometimes even, there's a special edition deluxe offering that is available, and it's a completely free upgrade on top of that. So yeah, let's address the obvious point first. Jumping from the standard, or collector's edition as they call it, to the deluxe will bring additional cost. We know that. Sometimes in the range of 30 to 50 bucks, or an additional 15 to 20% of the original figure price, give or take. Now, I know that seems like a lot of money, but we're already paying so much for these figures already, so why not just break off just a little bit more to truly enhance your purchase? And I'll go into more of those details in just a second, but I want to show you how that small little investment could go a long way in your collecting experience. So here are the 5 best reasons to go deluxe or bust, starting with gaining access to exclusive accessories. The one example, let's just start right off, the deluxe version of the Obi-Wan Kenobi Darth Vader. It comes with an alternate undamaged head sculpt to create an iconic Darth Vader look instead of the battle damage for those that may want a traditional Vader in their collection. For the deluxe version of the Batman figure, you get an incredible diorama base and light up LED function that goes with it, and an alternate flight suit if you wanted to create a different scene from the movie. The deluxe version of the 73 Wolverine comes with an incredible diorama base, alternate costumes for that figure, and of course the Spider-Man figures come with incredible diorama bases like Sandman, and obviously I can go on and on. Even some of the older figures, like the classic Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy, his deluxe version came with a sweet little cage to keep baby Groot in. How cute, right? The point I'm making is that the deluxe versions comes with things that you're not going to get with the standard release, and I think personally that there is value there for what you're getting, because that leads to the second point of why I always go deluxe or bust, and that is the opportunity for better display options. As I mentioned above, the display options that you get with some of the deluxe figures are pretty cool, especially recently, and you can really amplify a display. And it seems, with the competition from InArt and other companies, this has put the pressure to Hot Toys, and we're starting to get more bang for our bucks when it comes to the bases. And I recently did a video about some of the best bases that are out there, so feel free to check it out if you haven't already. But take a look at this base from the deluxe Batman figure I just mentioned. I mean, there's no denying that this thing is an absolute shelf stealer. Yeah, it's cool from whatever angle you look at, but add the lighting effect, and it's truly a chef's kiss. And it really takes this figure and puts it on a different tier, in my opinion. The standard puck bases are hopefully a thing of the past, and I'm hoping that this trend of dynamic environmental bases for these deluxe figures continues, because I will without a doubt continue to go that route. It just gives so much life to your display, and for me, that is definitely a good thing. The next reason to go deluxe or bust is a little bit more of a controversial one, and we're going to have to see how this plays out in the future for sure. But the trend is looking fairly positive, and that is this. Deluxe versions are often more limited in production, which leads to a natural rarity and more desirability because of the higher price tag. The deluxe is often produced at a smaller scale, Simply put, companies aren't going to overproduce pieces that are obviously more costly to produce, and then, ultimately, have them sit on a shelf. Over the past couple years, all figures, standard, collector, exclusive, deluxe, whatever, have been overproduced, and that's just a fact. But companies like Hot Toys have wised up and reduced their production numbers, especially on deluxe offerings, and we're seeing fewer units out in the market. This is a net positive for collectors and those who actually like to collect limited pieces. If you are a type of person that wants everyone just to have a fair shot when it comes to collecting, it appears the new way to have a fair shot is to make your decision early, before a product goes to waitlist or sells out. And with that actually leads us into our next reason to go deluxe, and that is higher resale probability. Now, PSA for everyone out there listening. Action figures and toys are not an investment strategy, so stop thinking that they are and buying them up, thinking that you're going to make or turn a profit. You simply are not. But on the flip side, how supply and demand works is that the lower supply equals higher demand. I have found from personal experience as well, and simple research of online marketplaces, that the deluxe version of figures are far more desirable on the secondary market. When someone's hunting for a figure that they don't have, and they're presented with the option of standard or deluxe, the deluxe sells much closer to its value or above its value more often than not. So let's say the worst happens and you need to sell your figure, or figures for that matter, or you just want to move something out of the collection that no longer fits. You will do much better for those that are looking to purchase if it is deluxe, because the extra perks, extra features, limited accessories are what drives the collector to pick yours over the standard. So consider the deluxe offering as preventative maintenance, if you will, and if you ever do need to move that piece on into someone else's hands. And speaking of getting things into people's hands, that brings us to our final reason to go deluxe or bust, and that is this. And it's apparently a new trend, I think. That is quicker shipping of these figures to your door. But as I said, I'm a North American collector that lives here in the States, and I get my figures from Sideshow. And what I'm seeing is a trend recently in that the limited special edition versions are the ones that are getting shipped out first. And if you're like me, when a figure is ready to be shipped, you want it in hand as quick as possible. The reasoning, and I have no way to actually back this up, but it's just an observation. So, because there are so fewer special edition versions of the figures, they are being potentially shipped by quicker methods. Maybe it's by air or different type of freight as opposed to the giant freight shipments that are obviously coming over by boat. Most recently, the limited deluxe version of Kenobi Vader was first to hit collectors' hands. Also, the Bat Signal with Batman figure was the first to make it out to collectors as well, because simply there was less of those produced. It's not an exact science, but using a little bit of deductive reasoning, I think we can see this is a logical explanation. So there you have it, the 5 reasons to go deluxe or bust. What do you think? Am I off base? Am I just wasting my own time and my own money on these deluxe versions? Or do you see a value in it like I obviously do? Let me know down below. As I said earlier on, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, you're definitely going to want to make sure that you are, because as soon as I hit that 8,000 mark, we're giving away the InArt Joker Detonator. And that is only available if you are subscribed. As always, if you like this type of content and you want to see more of it, or anything for that matter, make sure to let me know and let's talk about it down below in the comments. I love hearing from all of you. Until then, happy collecting, remember deluxe or bust, and I'll be seeing you in our next video.